Hello, hello, hello. How are we all this evening? My name's Clive Jeffrey, and welcome to Free Tuesday Training. This is the first official webinar of Free Tuesday Training. It's going to be a regular Tuesday evening event at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm glad you have been all able to make it and look forward to seeing you on a regular basis. So welcome, welcome, welcome. As mentioned, we're going to be talking about attraction marketing, and the first step we're going to look at tonight is the process of defining our ideal target market or ideal prospects or ideal customers. So it's all entails into one, really. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a really critical part of the formula. Get this part right, and it's going to make a big difference to your whole marketing plan. So before we get into it, we'll just wait a few minutes, let a few more people get on board. I just want to welcome everyone for coming. Thanks very much for being here. So hopefully you've all had a good day, good start to the week. Hey, Robert, good to see you. Yeah, hopefully you've all had a good Labour weekend and started the week off well and get ready to get into it. It won't be too much longer and we'll get going here. But yeah, basically, as I mentioned, attraction marketing is all about, we'll get into the definition of it shortly, but it's in a nutshell, it's to avoid the friend message in front of people that are actually looking for it, and that way they come and seek us out and we become the hunted rather than the hunter. So it's a great process, and I'm very glad that I actually found it. So something else that I wanted to just talk about before we get going is that the home business industry, and this was brought on by one of my mentors, Mark Harvard. He actually did a Periscope earlier on today, and I just wanted to touch on it before we get started here. The home business industry as a whole has got a pretty negative reputation around it, and a lot of this is brought about by people's their misconceptions about the industry itself, and then also the people in the industry making false promises to others that they're trying to recruit or get involved in it. And it's got a get rich quick scheme, and I don't honestly know where that idea came from, because it's the home business industry is, it's a business. If you don't work a business, it's just not going to go anywhere. But for some reason, people have this idea in mind that if they sign up for an opportunity, they can just sit back and cash checks. And when they don't, when it doesn't happen like that, and there's no reason why it should, then they start getting disgruntled and they blame the opportunity. And when you look at companies like Vima, for example, just in the last couple of weeks made the news because someone made a complaint to the FTC for something along these lines. They signed up, but they weren't getting a residual income from it, and they didn't feel that they had to keep buying product, and they made a complaint. And as I say, it's just like any other business. Even if you look at a lawn mowing business, for example, you've got to have a capital investment to get involved in the business. Then you've got to go out and buy your equipment. Then you've got to go and look for customers. Then you've got to service those customers, and by doing that, you're going to generate an income. So, it's no different in the home business industry. We've got to make an investment to get involved, but then we've got to actively market it, make sales, and bring on people and grow the business accordingly. And if we do that and we have the right expectations, it's a very, very good opportunity to be in, and it's just a good space to be in. As I say, I came from the corporate world, and so I'm well versed in what it is required to make a success there. And yeah, I literally don't understand why people think like this. But anyway, it's enough. We'll get going now. It's my little rant for the evening. And yeah, if I can just ask Robert, when I share my screen, if you can just let me know that you can see it, that would be awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen now, and we'll start getting into the presentation. So Just 1 second. Share my screen. That one there, and from the beginning. Bit of a technical glitch there, just 1 second. So we're gonna, from the slide. Okay. Sorry about this, bear with me, just 1 second. You should be here now. Okay, hopefully you can see my screen there. So we will just keep going as if you can. So if you could just quickly, Robert, if you could just let me know that you can see it, that'd be great. And we'll go from there. Cool, okay. Well, thanks for bearing with me there. Okay, so basically we're going to look at this 4-step attraction marketing formula, and this is week 1. And before we go, I just want to quickly give you a quick rundown on why you should be listening to me. And for some reason, this is not. Sorry, people, just 1 second. See, okay, sorry, yeah, just 1 second. Oh, you have it now. And I've just taken it away. So just 1 second, Robert, I'll bring it back. Here we go. Okay, so hopefully you can see that now. So okay, so basically, who's Clive Jeffrey? I just wanted to quickly run over that with you. You know, I am a entrepreneur that I've been in the home business industry for a couple of years now. 23 years prior to that, I had a printing and graphic design business. So I have been involved as an entrepreneur for most of my life, and I know the value of working for yourself. And I understand the importance of building a business and what it takes to build a business. So this is really where I can help you. It's a great industry to be in. You know, I really love the fact that I found it. I feel very much at home here, and I certainly like it a lot more than when I was, you know, commuting every day for an hour each way into my office. So that, you know, the people that think that just because you own if you own your own business, it's going to be the be all and end all, I can assure you that you can own a business that you do not like, and it becomes just like having a job. So I'm very happy to have found the home business industry. So first and foremost, I'm a family man. I'm hoping you can see these slides changing. If not, you're just going to be watching the one slide, and you can listen to me as I go through it. But it's not too much to see; it's just the wording. But as I mentioned, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I started working part-time jobs while I was still at school. I didn't like university at all. My first job was in sales, and then I wanted to work for myself. So as I mentioned, I started my first business in 1992 and continued that through. So it was a successful business, a printing and graphic design business, which I sold in 2013, and got into the home business industry and haven't looked back. Once I got in, I had to learn online marketing, and they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but I'm here to prove that you can, because it's something that I've managed to do. So, it really does. If you apply yourself, you can really, learn anything that you want to. So I am a testament to that. So, I'm just doing this. I'm hoping that this is going to be better. So yeah, hopefully that you can see this now. So there's the family. There's myself, my wife, and my two beautiful kids. So hopefully now you can see it. So we'll quickly rush through this. I think I've got it working now. So basically, what is attraction marketing? Attraction marketing is the process of providing valued content to your ideal target market, and we do this, to inform and to educate our ideal prospects. It's a different concept to what you would normally think of with normal business. Where a normal business will advertise what it's got, and people will then go along and find it. But being on an online business, we can't just blast what our products are, because it's just going to chase people away. People just don't respond the same way that they do to conventional marketing if you try and do it online. So the idea behind attraction marketing is to provide the value up front, so that they can know, like, and trust you, and then they're going to start wanting to do business with you. So we do this by providing content to them that is educational. So, for example, if we in the home business niche, but in a health and wellness company, then rather than just blasting the products that we have, we will talk about things that will appeal to that market, like different exercise programs and regimes and nutrition. That type of thing. We'll get into that in more detail. So the idea behind attraction marketing is to provide value in the way that sets you up as an authority and a trusted advisor. And this way, our ideal prospects and customers will come and seek us out, so that we don't have to chase them around. So it's a complete reversal of the process, and it's once you actually get it humming, it really makes a big difference into the way you go about your business and the way you feel about it, because there's nothing more disheartening than chasing after people and talking to people that have no interest at all in what you're talking about. So there's basically the 4-step formula that we're going to look at, and today we're going to look at the first part of this formula, and the 3 episodes 2, 3, and 4 will be in subsequent weeks. But today we're going to look at defining our ideal target prospects and customers, and by doing so we'll identify our target market. And then next week what we'll do is we'll look at how we produce a foolproof offer or lead magnet, and then create a capture page where we can offer this lead magnet to our prospects, and in return they will give us their contact information, and with that, so it's a win-win. They get the information that we offer them, we get their contact details, and we can then start building a rapport with them and a relationship, so that we can over time get them to know, like, and trust us, so that we can convert them into paying customers. So in week 3 we'll look at how we can drive traffic to our capture page, and then week 4 is how we're going to follow up with our ideal prospects. Now, just as a warning, there's a chance that on next week that we may have to break that into 2 parts, and if we don't get through it in time, but we'll play that one by ear. So essentially, that's the 4 steps that we're going to be going through. So we'll look at step 1, what we're talking about tonight, defining our ideal prospect. So to go about this, initially, what we want to do is create a wish list that describes our ideal prospect. Now, because you must understand that it's impossible to do business with everyone. And I know if you join a home business opportunity, they'll tell you that everyone's a possible is a possibility for your business, and they almost talk about the 3-foot rule. Talk to anyone that you come in 3 feet about your business, and that I can tell you now is going to be a very hard road to follow. And you're gonna, if you have been down that road, I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. And it's the same thing with just expecting our friends and family to be interested in this business opportunity, because we're excited about it, and you'll very quickly learn that this is not the case. So we really need to figure out who we would like to ideally have in our business. So this is a critical step. If we get this first part right, identifying who we'd like to, who our ideal prospect and target market is, it's going to make the whole process going forward easy. So we'll go into this into quite a bit of detail. So the first part is writing down that wish list of who you want to deal with. What describes them. Who are they? And are they male or female or both? There could be mothers, fathers, singles or marrieds, and different age brackets. And for example, if you're in the health and wellness, just to hit this point across, you say I'm in health and wellness, which is fine. You might have a weight loss product, which again is great. But then if you look at how that can be broken down, are you looking for, because of who you are, you looking for people that are gym junkies, for example, and looking to grow muscle, so lose body fat and grow muscle? It's a completely different market to, even though you're in the same niche, for example, health and wellness, to a young mother that's looking to lose baby fat, for example. So both could use your product, but you can see very, very different demographic to be marketing to. So if you had one message going out to trying to attract both those segments, for example, you can see how it's just not going to work, because what's going to interest the young male trying to put on muscle in the gym and lose body fat so you can see his abs is going to not interest a young mother at all who's just trying to lose some baby weight, for example. So that's a very clear distinction as to what we're talking about here. So hopefully it starts to get you thinking as to how different our approach needs to be to attract the ideal people we want. And the exciting thing is that we get to decide. So if you are you feel that you can relate to a gym junkie more than a young mother, then target your marketing towards that guy. And always, and I say that guy because you should think of it as you're talking, as if you are talking to an individual rather than the group as a whole. So you're talking to that one guy and his needs and what he's after to get his abs to show, for example, or that young mother that wants to lose a bit of baby fat. So get a very clear picture in your mind as to who you want to attract into your business. So taking it a little bit further, who would you like to be in business with if you're looking to market your opportunity? Would you be comfortable talking to executives that earn over 250,000, or would you be more comfortable talking to a middle manager that earns around 50,000? Again, it might be because and you can relate better. Again, it shows how segmented the same marketplace can be. And then what we need to try and figure out is, where do these people hang out? When they're online, are they in Facebook groups, on fan pages? For example, if there is, say, the gym junkie, there might be certain high-profile individuals that they are interested in. So we can go and look for those kind of people that are hanging out in those kind of fan pages and those kind of groups. So, very, very important that we get a clear image in our mind who exactly we are trying to target. So that's just the first step. Then once we've figured out who we want to talk to, then we've got to figure out what we want to sell. So, what is the product that you want to be marketing here? And you have to get very detailed about it. So again, going back to that health and wellness example, I know a lot of these companies have various products. So which one is going to be suited ideally to, say, if we're looking at the gym junkie guy, he's going to be wanting more higher protein stuff as well as, fat burning products. So, figure out exactly which products you want to start using to attract or to sell to those, that market niche that you decide to go after. So you may even decide that, okay, for this particular campaign, I'm going to market my opportunity to that gym junkie guy, because he might know more people that he wants to bring in and be able to create another line of income for himself, and he can share that opportunity with his gym buddies. So again, you know, it's having this clear image in your mind of who you're actually talking to. I mean, you may be looking to sell tools or software that are going to help marketers, for example, if you're in the home business niche, and it could be a training product or actual systems. So this is where my niche is, which is the home business niche. So a lot of the products that I market are tools that online lead generation tools and software and training systems, and also affiliate products. So again, once you decide what your products, or once you've decided who you're going to sell to, then you can decide which products to focus on. So once we've got that established, we want to get into the head of our ideal prospect. We want to know what is their worldview. What is their perspective? And this way we do this is put ourselves in their shoes. We really want to understand, what's important to them. What do they want, for example, out of that weight loss product? Let's go back to that. Do they want to just lose a bit of baby fat, or do they want to, have the cut six-pack abs? So again, it all comes back to having this very clear image of who we're attracting, and what is important to them. Is it bulking up or losing the fat? And which of our products can help them achieve that end? And what are their concerns? They might have concerns that the nutritional implications of the weight loss products. So we've got to make sure that we address all these things, and it's once if we preempt them, it's going to be a whole lot better than having products arise. I mean, objections arise as we get further down the track. So if we have a clear image in our mind beforehand, we can eliminate a lot of these concerns. But the big one, we want to get into their heads again and figure out what's keeping them up at night. And again, going back to my niche, the home business industry, it's a lot of the time it could be, they want to make more money, or they want to generate more leads for their business because they just, they're actually happy with the business opportunity they've got, but they're just not happy with the way it's going. So they're going to have a different set of wants and needs to the person who thinks, well, I need to get into some sort of home business because I need to make some extra money. When you look at it broadly, it seems like it's a very similar niche, but then when you delve a little deeper, there's completely different market segment right there from those who have an existing opportunity, but they're just not happy with the way it's going, compared to the guy that's just looking to get into something new. So you can see now, hopefully, that from this, it's a very, very segmented. You can segment it as down to minute little particles, and each one is almost a niche in its own right. So you can see, if you just did blanket advertising to this niche, then you're going to be wasting a whole lot of money. But if you can put your ad specifically designed, for example, to someone who's trying to bulk up and lose body fat so their abs show, and that's their main concern, and you put your ad in front of people that are only interested in that, you can see you're going to have a whole lot more success than if you had it broadly across some, just as a weight loss type product. So hopefully that's starting to become clear. So the other thing that we've got to think about once we've got all those first three steps sorted out is, what sort of language do they speak? And I don't mean whether it's English or Spanish or something like that now. I'm talking about niche specific terminology. So, back to the home business industry, for example, we have words and phrases like downline or upline, or MLM, or multi-level marketing, or network marketing, which has other terms like sponsor and recruiter. And these words all mean something to us, but to someone who's not in that niche at all, if we start using them, it's just not going to resonate with them at all. And it could be a health and wellness company, and you start using these words, and you're trying to sell to or market your product to that young mother looking to lose baby fat, and those words are just not going to resonate at all. But if you in turn look at, rather than focusing on the business opportunity to them, but look at the products and start talking about how quickly they can lose weight without but in a healthy fashion, for example. You lose weight gradually and steadily, but keep it off. Those type of words are going to attract that particular person far more readily than these other home business terms. So hopefully you understand there what I'm saying about the type of language that they speak. So be very conscious of the wording that you use, because you can lose the sale before you even get started if you're using the wrong terminology there. So once we've got all that, then we've got to go full circle and synchronize everything. So make sure that what we're offering, we've touched on this briefly, but what our product and service solves, and is it satisfying the concerns and problems of the ideal prospect that we discussed in that step 3. So just quickly go back to that, so we know what we're saying. Yeah. So these are the steps. So what these are their concerns. What's keeping them up at night? So are the products that we're offering them going to answer those problems? So it's got to be congruent, because if your products aren't a good fit with what your ideal customers are experiencing, then obviously you're not going to be able to satisfy their needs. It's just not going to be a good fit at all. So it's very, very important to get this part of the process down, because the other thing is, and this is leading on to a bit further down the track, is what you're offering unique? And by that, I mean the way you're presenting it. Because if you're working within a company, for example, if everyone's using the same terms and the same images that your company is marketing, then you're not going to stand out at all. People can then just find out the company name, Google it, and buy the product from them. But if the whole idea with attraction marketing is to attract your ideal customers to you as an individual, because people like to do business with those that they know, like, and trust. So the whole idea here is to figure out exactly who we as entrepreneurs want to work with, and then get our message in our unique way in front of those people, so that we can attract our ideal customers to us. And the more detailed that you get, the better off you're going to be. You can just see from what we've gone through here how important it is, because if we don't get this part right, regardless of where we go from here, if we haven't got this part right, it's going to be at best it's going to be a very costly advertising campaign. At worst, it's going to be a complete and utter flop. So it's critical that we actually go through this process and establish exactly who we want to deal with, what we want to offer them, and is it going to satisfy their needs? And that's the big question. Have we found the right group of people to present our offer to? And the answer will become very quickly obvious to you. If you don't get any responses, then clearly you've missed the mark with your message. So the important things to remember that everyone is not your prospect. Everyone will not like what you have. Even if you find a gym junkie, for example, there may be another range of products that he has an affinity with and won't like what you have. So there's no hard and fast rules that are going to be give you 100% success here. There's an art and a science to this. So it's going to be a bit of trial and error. But as long as you're aware up front that everyone is not going to like what you have, you're not going to get let down when you start experiencing this. And essentially what we're doing here with attraction marketing is we're looking for those that are going to be excited about what we have to offer. They're going to be prepared to come and knock down walls to get at our offer. And if we target it right and find these people, really get clear in our minds who they are, where they are, and what they're looking for, and what their problems are, and present that solution to them, they're going to literally be knocking down your door to get to your offer. And just summing it up, you must have heard the saying, the riches are in the niches, because that it basically sums up what we've gone through here. If you can nail down into the very targeted niche, you will find that your results are going to follow. So basically, that's really the first part of this this training, because next week what we want to do is actually go into creating the offer that is going to be attractive to our ideal market. So what the homework for this week is to basically go through and find out or decide who your ideal target market is. Go through those steps and really get clear in your mind who you are trying to attract into your business, and who is going to get the best benefit from your products, and who are you going to be able to help the most. And that's really going to help you define what your offer is going to be. So just quickly running through it again, if we're, for example, in the health and wellness, and we're going to look for that gym junkie guy that we're going to create a lead magnet for, or a foolproof offer, we're going to get into his head. We're going to know that he wants to bulk up, he wants to lose body fat to get his abs and whatnot to show. He's going to be hanging out in health and wellness groups, probably on Facebook. There's going to be certain individuals that are well known within the industry that they're probably going to be following on Facebook, so we can find them there, and then we can set up an offer that will be irresistible to them, so that they will opt in and give us their contact information in return to get this offer that we're going to create for them. And it's going to be a win-win situation, because they get what they're after, and because we've provided them for a solution for one of their problems, and by doing so, we're going to establish ourselves as the authority, and then they're going to grow to know, like, and trust us, and hopefully will become a paying customer as we grow our relationship with them. So basically what I've done here is, if you want to go and check out the type of thing that we're going to build through this program that we're going through here, if you go to clivejeffrey.com/sample, you'll see a sample lead magnet that I've put together for my home business industry niche, and that you'll see that I'm looking for people that are looking to generate leads for their home business, and I've created a lead magnet on how to generate leads on Facebook with no technical knowledge and any technical skills whatsoever. So if you have a look at that, that's the type of thing that we're going to go through and create for you. So as I say, your homework that you need to go through tonight or through the rest of this week is to create your ideal customer avatar, so to speak. So go through those steps that we've been through here and get clear in your mind who you want to attract, and then come next week I'll help you put together your foolproof offer, and we'll start getting the funnel created. So by all means, if you have any questions at all, I'll open up the question Q&A here in a second once we get done through this, and I'll answer any now. But through the week while you're working on it, go ahead and feel free to contact me. You can reach me on Facebook. Everything of mine is just Clive Jeffrey. So if you look for me on Facebook under Clive Jeffrey, on Twitter under Clive Jeffrey, YouTube, LinkedIn, it's all just Clive Jeffrey. So you can track me down. My phone number's all over the place. I'm happy to help in any way that I can, and would love to answer any questions that you may have. So yeah, but go and check out that funnel that I created. So clivejeffrey.com/sample. And you'll see the type of thing that we're going to create, and give you an idea of, again, the type of thing that you need to be getting your head around. So there's some of you that I know that are on here that are already in MLSP, and this is the system that I use to basically run my whole business, and that's what we're going to be using to build this funnel system on. So if you want to come along, and if you're not in My Lead System Pro, you can go and get a $10 trial, which will get you through this month that we're working on. You'll have full access to everything. It's $10, and if you don't like it, it's not for you, then you get your $10 back. So there's absolutely risk-free. But I strongly recommend that between now and next week that you go and check out that trial, have a look through it. And again, any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me, and I'll help you get set up and just go through it, and help you find your way around it all. But it's a very simple system. As I say, I love it. It's changed my whole business completely, because it's not only is it the actual system to use to manage my business, with the full CRM and funnel producing tools, but it's all the training there as well that teaches you exactly how to market online on any social media platform whatsoever. And no, it's just simply great. So go check out that clivejeffrey.com/trial if you're not in MLSP already. So that's basically the end of the presentation tonight. It's a fairly short one, but there's hopefully you can have got the message of what we are trying to achieve here. As I say, it's a very simple concept, but it's critical that we go through it and get our heads around it and figure out exactly who we are trying to talk to in our business. And once we do that, it really is 9/10 of the solution to generating leads online. And just going back to that one point here about where is it unique? That's what I was alluding to with using MLSP, and that if you go and check out that funnel, clivejeffrey.com/sample, you will see that it's all branded to me. So even though in there I'm advertising or a product, which is MLSP, I'm doing it in a way that's all branding me. So I am, the person that is being branded as the authority there, and that is going to attract people and give them the confidence to come and want to deal with me. And and it's worked. So that's been a very successful little funnel for me. And the thing that I wanted to want you to see too, is when you actually go through, if you go and check it out, you'll see that the actual lead magnet itself, it doesn't have to be anything too elaborate. It's just a PDF document, and it's very basic, but it's got good content in there. And it's something that you'll be able to do. It doesn't have to be fancy, because at the end of the day, if the message that you're sharing is providing a solution to what your ideal prospects are looking for, or it's answering the problem. And in this case, that it's helping them with lead generation, and they literally can go out and generate leads straight away. So it's providing a very real solution to a very real problem. So that's why it is so successful. So I just wanted to give you that as an example, so that when you're going through defining your ideal customer or ideal prospect, you can see the end that we're working towards. So hopefully this is making a lot of sense to you guys. I'm going to go back off the screen share now and answer any questions that we may have. So I'll just get rid of this. And great, so there we are. So yeah, hopefully there you managed to see the screens in the end, and yeah, this was of benefit to you guys. If there's any questions at all, yeah, let me know if you have any questions now, and I'll answer them now. Otherwise, we will wait till next week, and we will go from there. So right, well, it doesn't look like there's any questions. So thank you all for coming along. As I say, hopefully you've got some value from this. Please, feel free to reach out to me during the week if you have any questions at all about setting up who your ideal customer is. And we will look forward to next week, where we can go ahead and start creating our actual lead magnet and get which is the next step in the process. So thank you all for coming along tonight. Hopefully as I mentioned, you got some value, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. So thank you very much. I enjoyed presenting for you, and I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Thanks very much. This call is a wrap.